ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Warhammer 40,000 with Zebu Nation, the Getting Started tutorial. And today we're going to look at my crafting dungeon. As you can see here, I do have a basement studio, or workshop, I guess is what it is. But one of the things I struggle with is lighting down here, so the lighting isn't very good. This place is also spider central, so if you're afraid of spiders, you might want to turn the video off because you'll never know when you're going to see some. And there's a good reason for that, because up there, you see that window there that's all blocked off? There's a little garden on the other side of that window. And little gardens breed little bugs, and little bugs try to seep their way in here, and the spiders wait for them on that window. So that's why this place is spider central, but you know, it just adds to the atmosphere of dealing with Warhammer 40,000. But anyway, I'm going to do a little pan shot here. Now, believe it or not, before I started working on Warhammer 40,000, this place was clean. This place was not as cluttered as it is, not even remotely. Like, everything was clear, everything, all the tools were in its right place and orderly. But since I started working on Warhammer 40,000, I just piled a bunch of crap everywhere. And we're going to take a closer look at that crap as best we can, as best the lighting will allow. Now, this here is my paint station. And I wanted to focus on this because I've seen a lot of people recently talk about they're interested in Warhammer, they're interested in doing modeling, but painting scares them. And I'm one of those people who was scared by painting, so I understand exactly where you're coming from, but I'm also here to tell you that it's not quite as daunting as you think. Now, how I got started was I got started with this right here, this Army Painter Mega Set. This was $100 on eBay, not eBay, on Amazon. And that seems like a lot, and it is a lot of money. But it gives you everything you're going to need to get started. It's got a ton of paints. It's got really good paints. It comes with this here little manual as well that shows you how to get started, easily getting started painting. And it's got, you know, I was painting Death Guard at the time, and it's got a little zombie guy on the front. So it showed you how to paint a zombie, which is very helpful for learning to paint Death Guard. So I was happy with this investment, and I'll show you what you get hidden behind the box here. Now, you don't get the stand. I had to buy the stand separately, but look at all these paints that you get, and they're fairly well organized as well. You know, the red caps are your washes. That's good for getting into little creases and, you know, sort of bringing out or highlighting some of the details of your models. Then the ones with the black caps, those are your metallic colors. So you've got your silvers and bronzes and golds. And I've sort of organized them based on color and some other things based on some of their names. Like this row here are all skin tones. So you've got like flesh wash and tanned flesh and goblin flesh and orc flesh and all that kind of stuff. So anything having to do with the color of skin is right there, and I've got it, you know, similarly organized. Then over here we have some new brushes that I bought that I haven't even taken them out of the wrapping yet. And here is my spray station. So you can see I have all my base coats here. Got grays. This is a cool chalkboard that I like to use for my Black Templars. Comes out really neat, and it highlights pretty well. And so what I do is I have this little box, this spray box, and I set it up like that so it guards everything. And then I can just spray sort of without getting everything all messy. And here are some guys, some more Death Guard Poxwalkers that I recently base coated. I ran out of base coat sort of halfway between, so that's why they're still on the station, because I need to redo that base coat. But anyway, that's my paint station. The Army Painter box is very good. I did definitely I'm happy with that purchase. Now, some people will tell you to go with the Games Workshop, and I can't dispute that. If you want to go with the Games Workshop paints, the tutorials that they give you name the Games Workshop paints by name. So there's there's no confusion in what color to use. So it's, if you're going to go with that, if you're going to follow the instructions, then go with the Games Workshop. But if you're just looking for a really good all-encompassing set of paints, I really like this Army Painter Mega Set. So some other things we got going on here. I showed the pan. This is my pile of shame. These are all the things that I still need to put together. Things I haven't, even touched. We got a lot of Tau stuff there. Got some stuff I bought off of eBay. We got some Catachan Jungle Fighters up there. Ethereals over there. We got lots of stuff here. These are my terrain bits. This is what I use for terrain. I got some scenic cement that I got at the hobby shop. Got some, some grass here to put around. Got some loose filler here. I use this stuff for my bases. I guess we can use the bottle here. It's just gravel, gray coarse gravel, and I, dip the base in the glue and then dip the base in the gravel, and that, covers the bases up. We got some sprues here, random stuff, and then we have the projects that I'm actively working on, which is everything under the sun. So we got, of course, a defiler back here for the Death Guard army. We got some more guardsmen and such here that's sort of halfway painted. Here's one of my paint schemes here, the black and red. Turns out pretty good. All of these guys are going to be sort of black and red. Here's one of my other regiments here, the gray and gold and red. This is a model, this is a Victoria model here, a female guardswoman, just because I wanted some, some variety in my army. Or, most of these are going to be used for kill team, but still, I wanted some variety. The Guard are supposed to have a lot of women in the Imperial Guard, so I figured I'd go out and get some female models, and there we are. And then, of course, my Black Templars, they've got the black part down. Now we got to work on the Templar part of their army. Up here we've got, a Hell Brute with a Thunderhammer or whatever it is. I forgot what it's called, but it's some sort of hammer. And then next to that is a Black Templar Dreadnought, Venerable Dreadnought. And the guys we're currently working on is sort of our command squad, if you can call it that, for the Death Guard. We got a couple of sorcerers, the Bell guy, I forgot what his name was. But anyway, we've got our commander right there, Plague Lord. Got another Plague Lord right there. So we got some interesting stuff in the hopper. It's just, it takes a while to paint all this stuff. Here's my palette. I don't use a wet palette. I know some people say you should, but I just, dip some water in there and leave a little puddle of water, and that seems to work okay. Then I'm thinking about doing some painting stuff, so I got my other camera set up there to take pictures and video of painting process. And then when they're all done, they go here. They go into these little Rubbermaid containers that I use. So here's some of the painted Death Guard guys. There's some Poxwalkers that's been painted. Here's what one looks like when it's all based and everything. You can see it's got the sand on there, some skulls. Got the nice army green for the Death Guard. Pretty good. But yeah, I got to work on getting some better lighting in here, and just helping out my process in any way I can. Cleaning up would be good. Getting some of these models finished would be even better. But yeah, there you go. There's my junk pile. Hopefully your junk pile looks at least as bad, so I don't feel so bad about it. And then there we are. There is the craft dungeon. So I hope you like that little look at what your life might be like in the near future if you continue to get into this hobby. So that's it. Come back with another video. Maybe I'll show a painting tutorial. Not a tutorial per se, because I'm not very good at it, but just to show you that it's not as daunting as you might think. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.